So, continuing talking about the research-based classroom activities and assignments, including assessments that could be used with writing to learn activities in the area of social studies content within historical fiction writing, some recommendations that come out of research. Um, as I just mentioned in the previous video, immersion of students within the content area, key historical events, timelines, maps, photographs. Other activities within the classroom could be students engaging in teacher read aloud or peer read aloud of high quality historical fiction picture books. We know this could be a beautiful opportunity to build in some mentor texts for students to reference. Um, Investigating text sets that have historical fiction information, including time period, appropriate clothing, jobs, transportations, and also that verbal rehearsal. So down below would be an example of student writing, historical fiction student writing, based around the Boston Tea Party after some of these activities were utilized. The next content area is the science content area. Once again, as research indicates, looking for this multimodal writing tasks, lab reports, infusion of pictures, graphs, charts, maybe even alternate writing tasks, and looking to support student language use through the use of word walls, interactive word walls, and raft activities. So down below is just a sample possibly from a student's notebook that could be used, that has some diagrams included with student notes. And once again, not necessarily long paragraphs and paragraphs of information, honoring that, this student is providing the information using diagrams and pictures and supplementing with a little bit of language there. And finally, within the math content area, the research indicated students taking part in mathematical discourse using talk frames to then turn their discourse into writing with a focus around argumentation, supporting the NCTM standards. So down below here would be an example of students and like a transformation of student writing, describing what an equivalent fraction is, and giving a little bit more detail and evidence to defend thinking down below. Finally, some thoughts for future implications. We already know there's great importance around creating authentic writing experiences for students within the content areas. But it does require a shift in the mindset of both the educator and the student, because a lot of students are used to more traditional writing activities. These types of writing to learn activities provide our students with highly engaging, choice-driven activities that showcase their learning, that can be used within units and as means of formative assessment and even summative assessment. So at times, writing to learn can present like more non-traditional. So that's where that shift in mindset takes place. But they encourage students to engage in higher order thinking, things such as analysis, synthesis, evaluation, um, really shows us this deeper level of understanding in student learning. Finally, maybe for future research and exploration, some things that the research didn't necessarily indicate one way or another would be more research in looking into the success of the variety of activities and assessments to be used, looking further into the abundance of opportunities for differentiation that writing to learn activities supply students, looking for additional ways to make connections for English learners, one of our high need subgroups, how writing to learn activities within the content areas can provide them with some incredible opportunities to showcase their learning. And then also another area in the future to think about is how we can make connections for teachers within writing to learn activities and looking at standards grading criteria, how we can make these experiences and activities a more permanent home within our daily instruction. Here are my references for this presentation. Thank you very much, and I hope it was informative.